What up, y'all, and welcome back to the Dubai Street Circuit for the 12th race in the 2023 NRSL Digital Storm Cup Series. On pole for the first time this year is Diego Yepes. It's Yepes' second career pole. Henry Sanford starts to his right side. Jonathan Zorlin, Rob Evans in row 2. Talladega winner Alex Ferranti and William Brock in row 3. Jessica Shelton, Vince Freeze in row 4. With Andrew Rich and Audra Baranowskis in row 5. Here is the rest of the starting grid. You see Seth Cole there up here near the front of the field. Charles Sanford, though, a bit deeper towards the mid-pack. Same with Zachary Fitzwater Sr., your points leader, Samet Oskin, and then Nate Rogers with a poor qualifying effort as well. 33 laps for the Cup Series drivers, so a two-stop race, whereas the Truck Series race was a one-stopper. These Cup cars fly around this street course. Gonna reach speeds of up to 190 mile an hour, I believe. Get a rain check on that here on this first lap. Yepes, Henry Sanford lead them to the green flag, and we are racing at Dubai. Henry Sanford, Rob Evans a bit wide off a turn 2, gonna touch the paint just a lick. Yepes currently clear and in the race lead. See, already almost 170 miles an hour into this braking zone. Brake's gonna do a ton of work here this afternoon. Here's the high-speed section right here. So don't think it's quite 190 mile an hour, but let's see the draft from Henry Sanford. 186. Pretty close. So Yepes, Sanford, Zorlin, Evans, Ferranti, the top 5 here right now. Evans making a move to look for third on the two-time champ Zorlin. As Henry Sanford makes a move on Yepes here coming out of the final corner. Yepes will lead the first lap of the race. Zorlin and Evans still side by side for third. Now Henry Sanford with another move for the lead, and Yepes got in the paint. And you saw how much the tires just spun on the 18. And that's going to cost Diego Yepes the race lead here on lap number 2. And it looks like it might cost him second place to Zorlin as well. Yes, indeed. Can Rob Evans take third? And it looks like Evans is going to have to fight for it. William Brock up here, looking for 5th from Alex Ferranti. Audra Baranowskis has driven up to 7th after starting in 10th. Shelton and Andrew Rich side by side for 9th. This Corey Raymond is currently inside the top 10 as you see everyone mostly single file behind the top 10 drivers. And right now everyone is chasing the 06 of Henry Sanford, and we've got skid marks down here. It looks like there was an accident on the first lap of the race. This was all the way at the rear of the field. Watch the 41 of Priya McShane, that red Coca-Cola car on the left-hand side of the 2. Dylan Young kind of makes contact there. Not sure if Young came close or if McShane swerved right at the last second, but spins the 41 to the right into Ace Rogers, into Kate Anderson, and then Skylar Taylor and Christian Vargas had nowhere to go. And they were reckoned for last, as the saying goes. Lane Sanders also got clipped. So, not a good start to the race for any of these drivers. Top 3 starting to pull away. Henry Sanford leads it. Zorlin 2nd, Rob Evans 3rd. Alex Ferranti has moved up to 4th, and Yepes is on the way backwards. He's currently down to 5th with William Brock and Audra Baranowskis right on his bumper. Evans going to put a move here on Zorlin coming to the final corner. Heavy on the brakes he goes. Evans about clear mid-corner. Can Zorlin get a run taking the wider arc? Yes, he does. He makes a move back to Evans' left at the start-finish line. See Zorlin dive it in here. Evans, though, with a good run off of turn 2. Now, Evans, bit of a new ringer in the road course game. He got his first win last year in Italy on the Milano circuit, which was a bit of a super speedway. It's a super speedway road course hybrid. And his 2 previous wins before that one came at Talladega. So kind of right up his alley. And this track kind of, you could argue, is similar as well. A lot of long straights. You got to play the draft. And then just heavy braking corners. So kind of up Rob Evans' alley, and we're seeing that maybe kind of up Alex Ferranti's alley, as Ferranti is in 4th place as well. As now Yepes has lost 5th to teammate William Brock. And Audra Baranowskis is going to drive on by to take 6th place. Jessica Shelton is in 8th, as Logan York is... Actually, yeah, Logan York is up to 9th. He got 2 positions this last lap. And Andrew Rich is now down in 10th. But everyone is chasing Henry Sanford. Remember, Henry got his first career win back at Phoenix earlier this year. And we'll have to wait and see how the run progresses if Henry Sanford is still up here in this top position, as first round of the pit stop should be around lap 12 to 14. It has not been a good race so far for points leader Samet Oskin. Currently sits 35th in the running order, right in front of teammate, team owner Dylan Young. Dylan Young came into this race 81 points behind Oskin. Now, Oskin came into this race with a 24-point lead over Nate Rogers and a 46-point lead over Kev Shearer. So we saw Oskin get into the paint, losing more positions, more time. Now, Nate Rogers has made it up to 30th, but he's had a pretty rough going here in the first run as well. And meanwhile, the 00 of Kev Shearer is currently in 19th place. See Seth Cole in 18th. Hasn't really done much today. Kind of surprising. Meanwhile, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., he has driven his way up to 16th now. After starting, I think, like 25th or so. Somewhere around there. So Fitzwater seems to have a pretty good car on him here. Remember, Fitzwater has won several times on road courses in the Jerky Pro Truck Series, but he has never gotten that win in the Digital Storm Cup Series. So Fitzy looking for that elusive road course victory. Not sure if it's going to come today. He is 9 seconds back of the leader right now. But he is moving forward nonetheless. And I actually think I completely missed Charles Sanford. Sanford's actually down in 30th. So all of our road course ringers, they are not having a good day. Even Ryan Brommer is currently 26th place. So no one having a good day. It's been rough. Meanwhile, Audra Baranowskis is really charging right now here at the end of this run. She's made it up to 3rd. And she's starting to hunt down Rob Evans and Henry Sanford. So this one car has just come alive kind of all of a sudden here. She was moving forward earlier, hovering around 6th, 7th place. And she has just kind of jumped up to 3rd now over Ferranti, Zorlin, and Brock. Oh, yeah, and she is really hitting the braking zones good right now. A lot better than the 2 cars in front of her. So we are a third of the way through this race. Lap 11 complete. See Audra maybe try not to run into Evans here on the braking. Might have cost herself a little time there. Also, shout out to Logan York on the run he's having. He is in 7th place. So some Jerky Pro Truck Series champions. York, the 2019 champ, and Audra, the last 2 years of 21 and 22 champ. The Jerky Pro champs are having pretty good days here right now. So shout out to them as we are getting near the first round of pit stops. So here it is, coming to lap 13. Henry Sanford, Jonathan Zorlin, Logan York, Andrew Rich, and Laura Chung are the first 5 down on pit road. So that gives the lead over to Rob Evans. He's got Aja Baranowskis, Alex Ferranti, and William Brock hot on his tail. Lane Sanders, also from 40th, comes down pit road on the undercut here, so a great call by him, in my opinion. Bria McShane has already been down to fix damage, so she is off cycle. I believe she will have to pit an extra time here. I'll be curious to see what these 4 decide to do. Are they going to go another lap, or are they going to just go and pit right here? That is the real question mark. Here we go. We're going to find out. All of them are coming down. Not seeing anyone elect to stay out here just yet. No bumper tag on pit entry here. Ryan Brommer is going to go long. And so is Skylar Taylor. So those 2 are going to go long. Everyone else is down pit road. And Henry Sanford, Jonathan Zorlin look like they're going to be the main ones fighting for the lead here once this all cycles out. So Henry Sanford has come around. You see Brommer and Skylar Taylor leaving pit road now. So Henry Sanford currently the race leader over Jonathan Zorlin, who just set his fastest lap of the race, a 1:20.991. That's 4th on the lap chart. See Logan York in 3rd, Rob Evans 4th. This is his first lap since warming up the tires. Audra Baranowskis is in 5th. Then you got William Brock 6th, Andrew Rich 7th. Laura Chung is 8th on the undercut. Alex Ferranti 9th, and Diego Yepes rounds out the top 10. Corey Raymond still doing really good right here with Jessica Shelton behind him. Zach Flickinger, Zachary Fitzwater Sr. Whoa, Jessica Shelton. What are you doing? That little, like, not even really an S's section right there, but they kind of swerve through it if they're side by side. Really got Shelton out of whack. Logan Williams currently in the top 20. Remember, he had a pretty good run at Miller Motorsports Park. Lane Sanders, man, is already up, all the way up to 20th from that undercut call. Have to see how much of it he can keep. But really smart decision on his part. And see, Ryan Brommer came out about where he was running. And he's got the freshest tires on the racetrack. So 24th place for Brommer. So great strategy call by that team. Seth Coleman, he's still down in 25th. Nate Rogers is crawled up a little more places. He is in 26th. Charles Sanford is suffering in 33rd. Dylan Young 35th. And man, Sametta Oskin, the points leader, 39th on track as McShane makes another pit stop. Battle is on for the lead between Zorlin and Henry Sanford. These 2 are dead even right now, side by side. Plenty of room on this track compared to some other street circuits. Zorlin's going to clear right into the corner, pump the brakes on the 06. Henry likely was probably not happy about that. As behind them, Audra Baranowskis is charging forward as well, trying to get back up to 3rd. Zorlin looking for what would be win number 3 on the season. His first win after the All-Star break and after what happened at Talladega. This would be a big points day for him with where Sametta Oskin's running. And Zorlin came into this thing 67 points back of the points lead. Zorlin looking to become the first driver to win 3 championships, and he'd also be the first driver and only driver to do it, winning 3 championships in a row. which would just be pure domination at that point for Zorlin. But he's pulling away from Henry Sanford. However, Audra Baranowskis and some others might be starting to catch up here as the laps go on. So the fastest lap sheet has been updated since that first out lap, and you can see Zorlin and Henry Sanford are nowhere on this chart anymore. Now, a lot of this is draft influenced, but 613 by Stephen Waters, 639 by Kev Shear, 646 by Audra is probably the most legit lap on here in terms of minimal draft influence. But Audra is up to second place and is now charging towards Jonathan Zorlin. So it's the battle of the two-time champions here in Dubai. Zorlin, the Cup champion, and Baranowskis, the Truck champion. You know, these are the only drivers that have won championships these last 2 seasons. And when you look at their careers in both series, I mean, they hold a lot of records. Audra's got that win record on lock in the Jerky Pro Truck Series unless Donovan Cage can catch it and pass it. And Zorlin's pretty much got the win record in this series on lock unless Andrew Rich, Seth Kohler, Charles Sanford start catching up. But man, Baranowskis is looking like a favorite to get her first career win here this afternoon. She's looking to the left side of Zorlin here. Coming down to turn 1, going to be hard on the brakes. Going to try to make it look easy. And she's got it. New race leader, the number 1 of Audra Baranowskis. Thought we were going to see her have a chance to win back at Charlotte, but, you know, things got crazy. And it's not been a good year for Audra. Just 1 top 10 on the season. She has missed 4 races in this sophomore slump type of year compared to her rookie year last year. So Audra looking like she might have found something here today at Dubai and could be on her way to her first career win. Second cycle of pit stops has begun. Zorlin, Henry Sanford, Logan York, the first 3 down here on lap 24. Fitzwater has driven up inside the top 10. Andrew Rich has made some good gains as well, but only 3 cars pit here on the undercut. Now Baranowskis left out here on her own, 4.5 seconds ahead of Rob Evans. So looking like this could be down to Baranowskis, Henry Sanford, and Jonathan Zorlin. Audra will pit this time by. So will Rob Evans. Priya McShane coming out from her final pit stop of the race. William Brock, Andrew Rich, man, Fitzwater, what a drive. Now Kev Shear's going to stay out here on the overcut. So will Zach Carrington. Lane Sanders actually goes from undercut to overcut. Very interesting strategy call here. Four tires for Audra. A little slow, it looked like on the lefts, and no, they're holding her. They held Audra. Did they need to fill the fuel up all the way? Oh, and that cost her a ton of time to Rob Evans. And Jonathan Zorlin. Zorlin's going to take the race lead back here. Audra might have had it still had they not held her the extra 2 seconds there. Costly mistake on the pit crew's part. It's going to cost Audra to lead the Zorlin. Henry Sanford still 3rd. Logan York 4th. Rob Evans 5th. Brock, Rich, Fitzy, Chung, Logan Williams. Wow, the top 10 right now. Once these 3 come to pit road, Kev Shear going to be in this time by Not much of an overcut strategy here. Not even a full run. He's coming to what'll be 8 to go. So it'll be interesting to see where these three end up. But Zorlin currently in the lead. Audra still on her outlap. Logan York is all over Henry Sanford's back bumper. Oh, I thought he might be turning him there. Henry Sanford going to put a move on Audra. Audra gets it out in the paint. That's going to cost her second. Now Logan York with a run. Can he take third? Audra doing a good job to hold on here. And Audra will do just that. Logan York ran his fastest lap of the race last time by. See if Audra sets... I don't think Audra's going to set something faster this time. Tell you, Rob Evans is really closing up to these drivers, though. 4 seconds back of Zorlin at the start-finish line. Be curious to see what the margin might be this time by, because, Rob Evans is really hauling it. You got to be careful, though. You don't want to burn off your tires trying to catch the leaders. Wow. Holy cow. 120.500. It's over a tenth faster than what Waters set on the second run. Seeing a lot of people set some good laps here. Holy cow, Colt Hudson, 120.336. Where's the 93 running right now? 21st. Good gracious. On a lap by Colt. So we'll do one final run through the field here as we're at 7 to go. Zorlin is the leader. Henry Sanford, Baranowskis, Logan York, and Rob Evans is the top 5. Likely the 5 going to be battling for the lead. William Brock is 6th. Andrew Rich 7th. Fitzwater, man, what a drive. Up to 8th. Logan Williams 9th. Laura Chung is 10th. Ferranti, Shelton, Quinton Moore, Kev Shearer 14th on those overcut tires. Be curious to see if he might get a top 10 out of this. We'll have to wait and see. Zach Flickinger 15th. Carrington is in 16th. He started like last, that 44 car did. He's had quite the drive. Yepes, the pole sitter, down to 17th. Nareza Johnson. Nate Rogers from the back of the field is up to 20th. Colt Hudson, Ryan Brommer, Vince Freeze, Lane Sanders 24th. So he didn't lose too much from his overcut. We'll have to see if he can gain anything. Trey Smith, man, Corey Raymond down to 26th. He was top 10 earlier in the race. Bradley Ream, Christian Vargas, side-by-side battle for 29th between Seth Cole and Saden Davidson. Cade Anderson, man, Charles Sanford, not his day. Corey Riggs, Skylar Taylor, Ace Rogers, RJ Bishop, Turner, Waters. Samet Oskin is back here with Keith Rich and Dylan Young. 39th, 40th, and 41st. And Priya McShane all on her lonesome. It's heating up. Baranowskis is caught back up to the bumper of Henry Sanford, looking for second place. Rob Evans has made it by Logan York for 4th. Audra's all over the bumper of Henry Sanford. Will she make a move into the final corner? No, Henry's actually going to get a run on Zorlin and make the move. Now Rob Evans is making a move on Baranowskis for 3rd. Zorlin is still side by side. Side by side by side by side. Audra with a big breaking move. Oh, gets into the back of Jonathan Zorlin there. 3 wide for the race lead. Sanford is able to keep it out of the paint. But Audra gets a really good corner exit. Is she clear of Zorlin? Yes. Is she clear of Henry Sanford? Also, yes. The one from 3rd to 1st. through the first two corners. What a move. Rob Evans is trying to dump Henry Sanford right now. Ooh, he about did it. He about did it. 5 laps to go, man. They're racing like it's the final lap. Audra starting to pull away. She had the car to beat on the middle stint. Henry Sanford kind of had the car to beat there on the first stint. But one of these other 3 have the car to beat on this stint. I don't think it's Zorlin, though. Zorlin looks like he's going backwards. Maybe a poor adjustment on the final pit stop. Evans with a really good final corner looking to clear Henry Sanford. William Brock and Andrew Rich, they're closing up too. They might be throwing their hats into the mix. Henry Sanford trying to fight back on Evans for second. Zorlin doing the same with Logan York for fourth. Both are going to lose the positions they're trying to defend. Rob Evans up to second place. Henry Sanford down to third. Logan York fourth. Zorlin in fifth. We went down one straightaway and have gone through one quarter since the last cut, and Rob Evans has closed all the way up to the back bumper of Audra Branauskas. Here he goes into the final corner, looking for the race lead on the 1. Rob Evans' car has come alive here in the final stint. He leads there at the start-finish line with 3 laps to go at Dubai. Audra trying to fight back. She wants her first career win here this afternoon, but I don't know if she's got enough car to do it. Rob Evans is clear for the race lead under the Haas sign. Now can Rob Evans drive away from the competition? Henry Sanford, Logan York, and others are fading away from the top 2. And remember, the 65 and the 1, they pit on the same lap. So this is a pure adjustment thing here. Behind them, William Brock's going to try to pass Zorlin for 5th. That's a big points boost to Brock. Not good for Zorlin, who's trying to gain points on Samet Oskin. So William Brock will move up to 5th. Coming to 2 laps to go. Can anyone catch back up to Rob Evans and pass him for this win? Coming down the long straightaway here on the final lap of the race, Evans has continued to pull away from Branauskas, now a 1 second plus lead with Henry Sanford in third, who's going to have to try to fight off William Brock to keep that 3rd place position. After the All-Star break, things changed for Rob Evans, switching to Chevrolet, going independent following the controversy. Got the pole at Talladega, didn't have a chance to fight for the win due to an accident, but today he has the car to beat, and Rob Evans gets his first win of 2023 as they are 3 wide behind him for 3rd. Henry Sanford is going to get it. Andrew Rich about got 5th on Logan York. A day of what could have been for Branauskas. Looked like she had the best car from the first stint through the second stint. And I'll tell you what, if they didn't lose that 2 seconds on pit road, I don't know if Evans would have been able to catch her. And that's what makes it a team sport. You can drive the car the best you can, but if the pit crew don't help you out, you lose that time you gain. So Henry Sanford 3rd, Brock 4th, York 5th. Then Andrew Rich 6th. Zorlin had nothing on this final stint. He falls all the way to 7th. Fitzwater 8th. Great day after starting mid-pack. Laura Chung 9th and Logan Williams 10th. So how about some notable? Zach Carrington, man, started like I think last, gets 12th. Kev Shearer 13th, didn't gain as much as I thought he would on the overcut. Man, Carrington I think gained a bit more than he did. Yep, as our pole sitter, 14th. Ferranti was top 5 early, 15th. Man, Nate Rogers climbed up to 18th. I think he might be the points leader now after today. Man, Seth Cole did not have the race we usually see him have on the road courses. 31st. Same with Charles Sand for 32nd. Samantha Oskin, points leader, coming into today, 38th. I think he might still be the points leader, actually, but just barely. Dylan Young also had a terrible day in 41st. And yeah, I believe it'll be a 4-point lead over Nate Rogers for Samantha Oskin. Kev Shearer will gain a good chunk of points, as will Jonathan Zorlin. Charles Sanford not going to gain much. Dylan Young's going to gain nothing. Seth Cole gains minimal. Keith Rich gains nothing. Keith Rich loses. And then Andrew Rich, I think out of the top 10 in the points, gains the most here. And Rob Evans came into this thing 18th in the points, so he gained a good bit this afternoon. That'll do it for me today. Cherokee Pro is actually off next time out as the Digital Storm Cup Series head to Italy. And we'll be racing from Milano once again. Sure to be a fun one. And we'll have to see, can Rob Evans defend his win from last year? We'll find out. See you guys then.